One of the things that you need to get used to as a Scrum Master is conflict. I know many Scrum Masters that avoid conflict. They think it's bad, so they shy away from it. If you do that, if you don't address the conflict with respectful conversation, the conflict starts to grow. The feeling starts to grow beneath the surface. It begins to rot, and at some point it will surface. At a point that where you least expect it or you least want it, it will surface. Things will blow up. People are going to get into arguments. Team members will start resenting each other, and the problem will be much bigger than if you had dealt with it from the start. By the end of this video, you'll get a full step-by-step guide on how to deal with conflicts in your Scrum team as a Scrum Master. First off, who is responsible to manage, to handle, to deal with conflicts in a Scrum team? Ideally, not a single person should be responsible in a team to manage this conflict. It's the whole team responsibility. Like many things in Scrum, like many things in Agile, the whole team needs to be accountable, be responsible, and work together to manage and resolve this conflict. The team is self-managed. The team is self-organized. It's an impediment. A conflict is an impediment. It's something slowing down the team. It's something preventing the team from meeting their sprint goal or their product goal. So they should deal with the conflict together like any other impediments. But sometimes the team will need a mediator, a facilitator to help resolve this conflict. This is where the Scrum Master jumps in. One of the most powerful tools that you can use as a Scrum Master when mediating a conversation is the neutral stance. In this neutral stance, you're not taking anyone's side. You're treating everyone equally in the conversation, and because of this, you're aware of a full picture. You can be present and aware of a full picture because you're completely detached from any specific outcome, and people will trust you. People will trust you because they will feel that you're not taking sides. You don't have predefined. You're not coming with biases in the conversation. You are here to honestly support them, to move the conversation forward, not picking anyone's team, not taking anyone's side. You're just here to move a conversation forward honestly while still being detached from any specific outcome in terms of point of views, preferences, anything. Completely detached. You're just here to facilitate this conflict resolution or conversation. But how? How do you get in this neutral stance? Quite easy. I usually put my neutral stance hat before going into a conversation. I honestly evaluate what kind of biases I have pre-conversation. Before even going into the conversation, what kind of biases do I have? We are all humans. We have some predefined biases. I guarantee you that before going into any conversation, you want one of the sides to win. The side that likes your point of view, that has the same point of view or preferences that you. These biases need to go out of a conversation. You put your hat on. Your mediator hat, your facilitator hat. You're not here to take anyone's side. You are here to treat everyone equally. And because of this hat, no one sees the hat. Obviously, it's not a real hat. But you know when you have this signal, this hat, you are a mediator, and everything disappears except your role as a mediator, your role as a facilitator, and you can be fully involved, fully immersed in the conversation without being attached to any specific outcome. And also during the conversation, check yourself. Are you trying to build a narrative to go towards an ideal outcome? You'll do that. We are humans. We have some things that we prefer. You shouldn't do that though when you are a mediator. And you need to check yourself when you have this and remind yourself that you are in this neutral stance, that you're not trying to pick any sides, that you are here to help them, honestly help them move towards their ideal outcome. Now that you are in this neutral stance, how exactly do you resolve these conflicts? How do you deal with these conflicts? One-to-one sessions, extremely powerful tool. One-to-one sessions with each one of the team members involved in the conflict. But before that, a foundation needs to be in place. A foundation built on trust and psychological safety. Watch this video if you want more details on how to build these two things. Extremely important for a Scrum Master. Anything that a Scrum Master does to support or help the team, that's the core foundation of a Scrum Master. A relationship based on trust and psychological safety with each one of the team members. How can you help someone if this person doesn't trust you, and if a person feels that they are not safe around you? They can't tell you anything because we can trust you and we are not safe. You need to build this foundation first, and then once the person trusts you, you can mediate the conversation, facilitate the conversation, mediate the conflict, and help each one of the parties in your team to resolve that together. It's all built on trust. It's all built on safety. Build that foundation first, and then you can help them. Once you have this in place, go talk to the person. It doesn't need to be a formal one-to-one session. No, just grab coffee with the person. John, I feel that you're not happy with this. Do you have a few minutes to talk about it? Let them talk. People are often frustrated because they can't talk. Just letting a person talk, vent their feelings, their opinions, their preferences, where they want to go, that often resolve the conflict. By itself, just letting people talk because people are frustrated when they can't talk. And you do that with each team member involved in the conflict. Let them talk. If this doesn't resolve the conflict, it will often do. But if it doesn't resolve the conflict, I have 3 steps for you. First, information gathering. You're already doing one-to-one conversations with these people, everyone involved. No biases, neutral stance. Don't pick anyone's sides. Let them know that this behavior, this conflict is affecting the performance of the team. Like any impediments, we will work towards a resolution. We'll fix this together because it's slowing down the team. It's an impediment. It should be treated like any other impediment. Let them know in the conversation. You're gathering information. You're not picking anyone's side. You need to tell them that. You're just putting yourself from their point of view, their feelings, their expectation, where they want to go to from their point of view. But you're not picking their side. You're gathering information from everyone involved. That's the first step. If you have a psychologically safe team, you can even do that in the sprint retrospective. No need for one-to-one sessions. Step number 2, brainstorm solutions. Everyone involved in the conflict, they know it's an impediment. They know that the whole team will help them resolve this impediment. Now, let them talk. Let them come up with a solution. You are here as a mediator. You are here as a facilitator. And this is where the Scrum Master's job is important. You should shine in this role because you are the facilitator. You are the mediator. You are the only one in the team doing that. You should be skilled enough and shine in this position as a Scrum Master. If you want more details on how to do that, watch this video right here. But basically, if you are in this neutral stance, if you really open up, don't take anyone's side, you can easily move a conversation towards their ideal outcome instead of your ideal outcome. And once you find a solution, it may take several sessions to find a solution. That's fair. There's nothing wrong with that. Once you find a solution, you need to tackle the core problem. Why can't they talk with each other? Why do we need you? Why do they need you? Why do we need a Scrum Master? Why can't they resolve this issue by themselves without you? That's one of the issues that you need to fix, because one of your role as a Scrum Master is to help the team grow their skills, grow in terms of maturity, build this synergy in the team and be able to handle conflicts without you as a Scrum Master. So resolve that also. Ask them honestly, why can't you talk to each other? Why do you need me to mediate the situation? Talk with each other, talk about conflicts, and try to find a solution together without me. And no matter what happens during this whole conflict resolution, you remain calm as a facilitator, as a mediator. Sometimes people will start shouting at each other. The conversation will be very heated, but you should remain calm. Just take a break, 5 minutes, and this often cools down. Grab coffee. This often cools down team members, and they can come back to find a solution together. Step number 3, most people miss this step, the action part. If you feel that an action needs to be taken after this conversation, after we find a solution, someone needs to do something. Clear owner of this action. Same as a sprint retrospective. Clear owner, clear steps. What's the next action? How do we follow up to ensure that this action is done? Who is accountable? Who is responsible? Extremely important that you don't miss this part, especially when something needs to be done afterwards. Which brings me to my next point. If you want more tips, insights on Agile Scrum personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now, and I'll see you in a few seconds.